Alrighty, gonna try something a little bit different. I don't think I've opened up a large box yet. I've done some of the 2023 tops, like retail or hobby or whatever they are, but this time we're gonna go for a 1986 tops. I bought this from the Baseball Card Exchange. They wrapped it up like this. I'm not 100% sure. I mean, from a unopened wax box. So, wouldn't you think they were all unopened wax box? Or I guess it just hasn't been popped. I'm not quite sure what that means, but they put their own little cellophane on it. Hopefully we get some cards. No crazy valuable things. I love the design. I love the look. I like the universal lettering at the top. It's not team logos. It's just kind of the team against the black background. I think it looks good. There's Pete Rose. I think the only rookie of note is maybe Cecil Fielder. I think Cecil Fielder was in this, not the Topps Traded, because the Topps Traded is the more popular one, obviously, right? Everyone knows that. 35 cents a pack. Them's were the days. And it's just funny to have this now. As a kid, I don't know if I ever had a box like this. Maybe once in a blue moon, I saved up a little money and got it. I'm trying to open this, but it's fighting back a little bit. So we're not going to worry about that. This video is going to be long enough without taking all the time just trying to open a box fancy. A bunch of packs. Hopefully get a couple players. The same deal as usual where, I'm going to pick one card that I like out of the box. I might get the Don Mattingly. There's a couple of cards I would consider. And then everything else is up for grabs. If you subscribe and leave a comment, and you have a chance at the end of this month to be able to pick any card. 1 out of 10 subscribers will get a chance. And have a little draft, and you can pick a card. I'll make a video about what I think are the better cards. Oh no, so these packs are all over the place. Upside down, inside out. That's not, I don't like that. Vince Coleman, he's a good one. Again, I'm hoping we have a bunch of good ones. If this is really a sealed. Gary Carter, I'll put him up here for now. Fernando, record breaker. I remember this being a popular card, at least something I used to, as a kid, get. So 3 cards up, not bad for the first pack. I'm hoping they're going to be pretty well quickly covered. Vince Coleman rookie card. I'm not 100% sure when his rookie card is. Did he have an 85 card? Yeah, 110 stolen bases that year, man. Pretty impressive. And then I just watched a video online. He had his leg torn up by an automatic grounds crew cover, for the rain tarp. It ran him over, which is crazy to think of that. The guy who lives and dies by his legs got run over. I just love the coloring. I hate the Astros, but the orange and black really looks nice. So there's going to be a lot of all-star cards. I think I'm going to keep maybe the all-star cards in their own little pile. Try and organize this maybe a little bit. See what we could do. Glenn Davis. I used to get this card all the time. I always liked it. It's not worth anything, but I seem to come across it. Alan Trammell. Do I make a pile for cards that I kind of like, or just kind of wait until they can get onto a pillar? I think it's going to be a certain core amount of players that can get onto the little stand there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hopefully I can fill it up with some of the more popular ones. Bob Boone is always a good name for baseball, right? A lot of Boones. Mike Scott. I remember him cheating against the Mets, especially. They used to always accuse him. He used to beat up on them. It's funny. I'm a big Yankee fan. The white and black is my least favorite of the designs. Although the Mattingly card I do love. I like that design. I think he looks good in it with the pinstripes. But, the yellow and the oranges, and I think there's even some reds. I think look a little sharper. I liked Jesse Orosco as the Met closer. I don't remember why I liked him, to tell you the truth, but I remember I kind of rooted for him a bit off to the side. So, a pack or 2 there with not too much happening. Plenty of packs left to go. Anyone who's willing to sit there and watch this, man, leave me a comment. I will thank you. These are some long openings. Again, same deal where, I might open up these kind of cards once in a blue moon on my own. I'm in my kitchen. My family is visiting the grandpa today, so I kind of get a night Not do too much. I would normally just open up these cards myself and then put them in a box, and then that's it. So at least opening them up here, you know, it's some form of communication. I certainly look at the comments. I appreciate all that. It's good. It reminds me of an old school picture. It reminds me of Pete Rose for some reason. I don't know if he had a similar style card. Is that Bill Buckner? I always appreciated him for, you know, the play. So where we were kind of cooking with some cards that I liked, gotten a little cold here. It's all right. Still plenty early, plenty of time. No reason to panic. I'm sure people aren't searching these boxes. Tony Perez. I like the card at least. Ron Guidry. I like that card. See, now again, with the white with the pinstripes, that's okay. I'll put it up on the pillow for now, although again, hopefully, I'm going to get something better than that to cover them up. The manager cards. They don't do manager cards anymore, huh? Surprised, you know. Managers, there's some big name managers out there that maybe you'd want to see. Ricky Henderson, I'm going to put him down for the All-Star pile. Reds. Yeah, there's a couple of managers. I know it's a different game now, a different world. I guess the managers aren't quite as important as what they used to be. The gum in these packs have looked halfway decent, so I guess that means that not too much humidity has gotten to the packs, so that's at least a good sign. And the correlation on these packs have been different, right? Some of these packs have had cards, well, okay, so they're still upside down. I haven't gotten really a pattern yet as far as what's up, what's down. Lee Mazzilli. Templeton. All-Star. I'm not even sure who that is. It's not funny. But, you know, you can't know it all. God, I'm a Yankee fan. Bystorm? I don't know who that is. Hopefully he had a good career, but I don't know. I'm going to put another record breaker, make a little pile for record breakers. And it's the time to get nervous. We're opening up a bunch of cards, and I don't have too much to show for it just yet. Might have to put those All-Star cards back up there. Again, plenty of time. No reason to panic. Right? Right. Hopefully we all agree. Maybe some of you are shaking your head there saying, oh, this doesn't look good. I'm getting a lot of Yankees, but not the Yankee that I want necessarily yet. Suter. Okay. Well, you know, the good news is I'm due to start getting some of the cards that I want. Right? Hopefully. Oral Hershiser. A little oral in our life. I'm going to keep it classy. I'm just going to put it up there and keep it quiet. No reason to comment too much on that. I always set these videos for not for children. Not because of anything we're going to do or say. Tim Tuffle. I didn't know he was a twin. I remember him with the Mets. That's an earlier card of him. I just, you know, I watched a lot of 86 Mets. My father was a big Met fan, so I think they were on more than the Yankees. All right, well, at least a little something. A terribly off-centered Cecil Fielder. You know, for these cards to be worth anything significant, they have to be like a perfect gem 10. And this is knocked down to like a solid 7 or 8, I guess, with the centering. The corners are all fine. Picture quality even looks okay. Cecil Fielder, I remember when he came on. Pretty cool, you know. So he definitely can go up here. He was one of the cards I was hoping to get. So I'm glad I got at least one of them so far. And now I'm looking at the box. There's plenty of cards left in the box. I'm not used to opening up so many cards, to tell you the truth. This is just a lot of packs. And I know I might be a little bit on the slower side. I'm sorry about that. But again, what's the rush? You know, you're more than welcome to fast forward. Don Baylor is a Yankee. See, it's funny. Time goes, man. I don't remember him being on the Yankees. I thought he had more home runs than he had. But Steve Sax. For some reason, I always get a lot of Steve Sax autographs. I have at least 2, if not 3. You know, from those boxes where you get like one card per box, whatever they're called. Steve Sax is always a popular player. Lou Whitaker, again, another really off-center card. Good player, but I'm not going to necessarily put him above Oral. I'll put him above the Record Breakers. So Record Breakers I'm going to have a little separate thing for, and I'll put Lou over there. Let's see. I'm just going to move a couple of these packs out of the way. I just lost some gum. It's okay. As long as I remember to get it, as long as my dog doesn't get it, we're okay. Got a Dwight Gooden card in the back there, so that's good. I'm a Gooden Strawberry guy. I'd love to get their cards out of the box here, actually. Dave Parker. Red with the red and white. Just nice looking cards. I really like these cards. I like when cards kind of match. Like this, not too much. I mean, a little bit with the red. Oh, okay, that's fine, but it doesn't really match too much. An All-Star Don Mattingly. And a Record Breaker, Tony Perez. Oldest player to hit a Grand Slam. That's pretty cool. Congratulations, Tony Perez. Twins leader, Kent. Bruce Hurth, and a Dwight Gooden All-Star. So, good amount of All-Star cards. I'm looking at the centering of these cards. I mean, the Ron Guidry is the only one that's really at all close. And I wouldn't even say that's perfect, but it's at least close to being somewhat centered. There's a baseball card store out by me that said that I could bring them cards and they'll take a look at them and kind of decide, are they worth getting a grade on, like the PSA stuff. I've never done it. I've never bothered. I don't really buy the PSA. Like, I think it's kind of it's a cool looking card. Action shot with that's what I mean, like the red with the red and the background and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. Why does the card have to be perfectly centered? As a kid, I used to like getting the cards that are all messed up. Sometimes you get cards where it's like part of the card is another card, and those are actually the ones that I collected. I mean, apparently I was a dopey kid, but they were different, Like, that's really off. But for my own personal collection, if I got a card that I liked, I just dented that card, but thankfully it's not so great. Wouldn't bother me. Give me a Don Mattingly or a Darryl Strawberry or Dwight Gooden or the Boggs or Nolan Ryan. That'd be a little off-centered. And, I'm telling you, it's kind of all right with me. Reggie Jackson. It's probably considered to be a halfway decent card, right? Towards the end of his career. Big old blemish there. Quality control. Over 500 home runs. Halfway decent batting average for the most part. I think you'd put Reggie Jackson. I'm going to put him above Lou Whitaker. For my own personal. Rob Scurry. Man, there's a lot of Yankees from the 85-86 season. I don't know. I think my father Vida Blue. There's another guy. I mean, I just don't know too much about him. I know he's got the name. Dennis Eckersley. It's a super, super high cut card there. He's been there for a while. I mean, I'll put him down in a separate pile, if it's need be, but not quite good enough to get onto that pedestal for me. I wouldn't replace any of the guys up there so far. Let's see. That gum didn't look so good for some reason. And the pack is from the middle, which is interesting. Roger McDowell. Maddox. Nice action shot. And again, the black with the red all throughout. John Tudor. I recognize the name, but I can't tell you too much more about him. It's okay, because you guys didn't really ask, right? Just move along, try and get some good cards. Mariano Duncan. He was a Yankee, right? This must have been a super early card, maybe even a rookie card. Doug Sisk. I always thought this guy, not to be mean, but he always looked a little funny to me. No reason to be mean. If you don't have something nice to say, just keep your mouth shut, right? Getting close to halfway through the box, I would say, and a little underwhelming so far. It can, change with one pack. You get one good pack, and everything can change as far as my feelings. But so far, just okay. Billy Hatcher. Got Bush. Do I put Bush with Oral? I'm going to put Randy Bush and Oral Hershiser right there. Again, hopefully we get a good card to cover him up. Pedro, Pete Rose. I remember these cards. Right, his entire set is there. Wasn't it card number like 1? Yeah, he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a cool thing. Don't remember these cards being all that popular. Would I put it above these cards? Not this kind of card. All-star cards and all that kind of stuff, I kind of put down a peg. Another Vince Coleman. I'm trying to see if one is... Yeah, I mean, they're both even like a little thicker on this side. Pretty similar. So I got 2 of the Speedster, which, you know, could be worse. But I'm hoping to get just a couple more of the cards I wanted. If I can get like 1 or 2. Really hoping for Strawberry, Mattingly, even Gooden. Another Gary Carter, I think, and another Fernando. Okay, so starting to get a little duplicating here. Which, considering I haven't really gotten the first round of players I wanted. Willie McGee. I'd like to see, is Willie McGee still alive? I'd like to see him. I feel like he always stands out in everyone's mind. But you never hear about him. Hope he's okay. Andre Robertson. Another Yankee I just don't know too well. But apparently I became more of a Yankee fan, I want to say early 90s. It's when the Mets kind of got to be a little crazy. They started to... okay, now here's a pack. So I already saw an Eric Davis in the back. Here's a Tony Gwynn. So Tony Gwynn, I'm going to say, will cover up my... I guess I got to cover up the Oral. No offense, but, you know, that joke could only stay fresh for so long. So it's got to be over. Move on with life. So out of 1 pack, there's a Gwynn. And here's an Eric Davis. Again, not perfectly centered, but I will put the Eric Davis over the Ron Guidry. So sorry, Ron. Turn back the clock. So you'd have to consider that to be a very good pack, right? To get two players. The Davis is still a popular card. It's a really popular card back in the day. I think people still look at it, still like it. Him and Strawberry, man, they were going to be the power and the speed combination, and they both just had their problems. I would highly recommend, don't have problems. You're better off in life if you don't have problems. Carlton Fisk, I'll put him in a separate pile, but he's not quite good enough to get up on the pedestal at this point. See, that's what I mean, like a manager like Tommy Lasorda. That's a good card. Nothing wrong with a little Tommy Lasorda. Tommy Lasorda wouldn't have a card nowadays. And that's about it for that. So still, Mattingly, Strawberry, and Gooden. Hoping for at least 1 of the 3 cards that I really want. I know Nolan Ryan might be worth a bit more, and, you know, the Davis is probably even worth a bit more. Hojo was always a popular player for me. God, this video is really making me sound like a Met fan. And I guess I was back then. Lee Smith with some gum. You know, again, I watched what my father watched. But then another manager, another card I kind of like. Bob Stanley. But then the Mets got kind of like, when Vince Coleman became a Met, they got like dopey. They were shooting off fireworks and just like, you know, I don't know. I was looking at it, it's like, eh. Then you got Don Mattingly on the other side that everyone seemed to love. And I kind of just faded over to the Yankees and then just stuck with them. And then the Yankees, you know, in the mid-90s, forget about it. Took over baseball for a little while there. This picture stands out to me for some reason. The blue with the blue background and all the blue. And again, I know, but I kind of like that. Ken Griffey, this must be one of his last cards, right? Well, no. I mean, he played until 88, 89, right? Because he played at least 1 season with Junior. If you're hanging in there still watching this, much appreciated. You know, feel free to let me know what you think I got right or wrong. Kent Herbeck. He was a big guy. I always appreciated him for some reason. 20-something home runs, 107 RBIs, decent batting average, too. I mean, he didn't run. Can't blame him. Can't blame him for not running. Tim Raines. It's called that a good card, but not quite good enough for me to put up on a pedestal above the other guys. I would have put him on a pedestal if their guys weren't already up there. Al Oliver. Youngblood. All right. How many more we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4. About like 15, 16 more packs. Which means that we are more than halfway through. Ozzie Guillen. Is that a rookie? I think that's a rookie. So I'll put into a good pile. Ricky Henderson's a good card. I'm going to put that above Reggie Jackson. Kind of an age thing and stuff. Cal Ripken is also a good card. I think I have to put the Ripken above Vince Coleman's. So now we're starting to get somewhere. Still haven't gotten my cards. Look at the cut on this one. And they see, I don't mind that because it's unique. He's smiling, he's happy, and he almost lost his team, and I don't know, a little unique. Nothing wrong with being a little different, right? Although I guess some people would say, yeah, there is something wrong with it. That card is, a 4, maybe. Or I don't know. I don't even know how they would grade that. Sometimes I think about that. I would like to grade cards that you get out of the pack and see what's the lowest grade you can get on a PSA. Like, is it possible to have a brand new pack and have the card be in perfect condition as far as no dents or anything like that? But can you get it down to a PSA 1? Is that even possible? Can the card be so miscut or, with maybe even gum stain type of thing destroying it? I'm sure someone out there somehow has thought of that already. Like, all this kind of gunk on it, quality control. Be interesting. Who's to say that the lowest rated cards aren't worth more? They're probably rarer. Get a George Foster as a PSA 1 out of the box. How many of them are out there? Not too many. So, I like what's on the pedestal, man. Cecil Fielder, Gwynn, Henderson, Davis, Ripken. A couple of Vince Colemans are back there. All Hershiser, a lot of All-Stars. I feel pretty good about the box. Still hoping to get 1 or 2 of the cards that I really wanted. But again, it's just because I wanted them, not because that they're worth more than anything else. Again, another manager card that I like, Bobby Valentine. He was always interesting. Another one of those Pete Rose cards. I had number 4. This is number 5. Tom Herr. I almost want to put him up there with the Oral and the Bush guy. Pedro. And there's another Pete Rose. So I'm getting closer to finishing off the Pete Rose cards, I think. And I think I have 3, 4, 5. Number 1, I think, was the real card, like their, his normal card. Let's see. I always have to remind myself, keep the cards in the frame, man. What are you doing? Good Lord. Yeah, I got one job, right? One job. Open up the cards and put them on the screen. And I have a tendency to come up, well, what's going on here? Turn back the clock. I remember these cards. I haven't gotten many of them today, but I do like them. Checklist. Nice looking checklist. Bright yellow background. Here's the Pete Rose. The one, like I said, goes up to 7. Tony Gwynn's number 10. Huh. I'm going to put that up there. I like that checklist so much. Billy Sample. Another Yankee I don't know. God, out of the Yankees, I know Henderson, I know Guidry, I know Mattingly. I'm trying to think who else would I have known from the 86 top set. I guess they weren't that good of a team. These players don't really stand. There was a Don Baylor in there. Yeah. Man, got to brush up on my Yankeeism from the mid and earlier 80s. Roger Maris. Turn back the clock. I like those. I like that. Phil Niekro, towards the very end of his career, Yankee. Another manager I like. No rules. There we go. There's a card. Terribly off center. A little blurry. Do we have a chance for a PSA 1? I mean, I guess it's not that bad, but, you know, Darryl Strawberry. So I have to put him up on the pedestal. I don't know who I'd put him in front of, though. Can I put I mean, I like him more, but just because I like him more, does that mean he's better than any of those guys are up there? I mean, would I put him in front of Cal Ripken or Davis or Henderson or Gwynn or Fielder? Well, I mean, I feel like maybe I'd put him ahead of Henderson only because Ricky Henderson, this is such an older card. Like, you know, his rookie card was earlier. Harold Baines. Yeah, I don't know how this guy got into the Hall of Fame, but apparently he did. Jimmy Key was a player I always liked. Hey, Dave Righetti, he's a player I knew. And look at that. So this is a good pack for me. Don Mattingly, super off center. Not the one with the gum, but he's kind of sticking too. So do we have a chance at the PSA 1? I guess not, but got a Mattingly. So I appreciate that. Now again, though, do I put him ahead of somebody? You know, if I can only put 5, it's really off-center. I don't even know if I would pick this card because it was so off-center. I know I say I don't care about that, but now apparently I'm caring a little bit. I am going to put Mattingly ahead of the Ripken card by a little bit. But that's it. I mean, I guess there's a Gooden card I'd like to get. I'm trying to think of who else I'd want to get in these last couple of packs. You know, any of these cards in maybe a little better shape. Because it is kind of standing out to me now that I'm looking at the borders around them. But not enough to really care. Ripken, Hernandez, Bobby Cox. Well, I could put Cox with their Oral and Bush. Might as well keep them together, right? It just makes sense to me. I don't know what to tell you. Ryan Sandberg. I mean, I'd call that a good card. I don't know if I'm going to put him up on the pedestal at this moment. I think I need more pedestals. Let's see. I saw Steve Garvey back there. Another checklist. Brett Saberhagen. It's an earlier card of Brett Saberhagen. I think maybe 85 is his rookie card, but second-year cards aren't that bad. Bo Diaz. That's a good card. Billy Martin. Steve Garvey. Steve Garvey, was he? I don't even know. Was he a Hall of Famer? I don't remember. You know, he's not a big Hall of Famer if he is a Hall of Famer. Here's a Hall of Famer. Mr. Ozzie Smith, again, a little off there, but no big deal. All right, so coming up on, looks like 28 minutes and change. Again, if you hung in there for the entire thing, I really appreciate it. Lenny Dykstra, this is a good card. I think this is a rookie card, matter of fact. I'm not quite going to put him up on the pedestal, but you know, anyone who watched this, again, thank you very much. Fernando with gum. I'm going to keep just a normal card. Another checklist. There's a Boggs. All right, so we're kind of, you know, checking off the old checklists here now of the cards. I mean, you know, Boggs and Gwynn, I think, kind of go together because the 83 rookie cards and all that. But really, I don't know. I should have looked to see who was in this and tried to come up with a better idea of who deserves to be on a pedestal and who doesn't. And I guess it depends on your definition of pedestals too, right? Because there are cards that we like I like the Strawberry Mattingly, or there are cards that are more valuable. If I pulled a Nolan Ryan in good shape, it's probably worth more than most of those cards that are up there. I just saw a Pete Rose peeking through. So I feel like I covered a good deal of the cards. Can't always get 100% of the cards, but number 1, Mr. Rose. Again, way off center. Do I put him up? I'm going to put him down there. It's starting to hurt my head too much trying to figure out who goes on the pedestal and who doesn't. You know, I don't know who your top 5 out of this selection would be. Remember, I'm going to pick one of the cards at the end of this video for myself. And then everybody else is going to go into a pool, and you have a chance to win. 1 in 10 subscribers will get a shot. If I went through this a little slowly, I'm sorry about that. I'm going to try and do faster next time. Frank Viola, he always stood out to me. Dave Kingman, and there's a Gooden. I'm going to put Gooden and Strawberry kind of together. I know it's cheating. On a pedestal of 5, I have what do I got up there? 15 cards, maybe? It's kind of cheating. I hear some fireworks going off. Dave Winfield. Nice looking card with the white on white with the black. I did get other boxes. Some 89s, other 86s, 87. It's a pretty good value to get. There's a number 2 for the Pete Rose. And on those future boxes, I'm going to try and move things along a little faster. I got to look see how other people open them up. I know sometimes you could do big rips. We just open up a bunch of packs, put them in a big pile, and then kind of blow through them. Matter of fact, you know what? Just for a joke of it, let's test that out. Let's do a little tester where you open up a pack. I'll take off the gum. I'll flip it around. Robin Yount. That would be a good card. But again, let's see if we could do this with like 3. I'm not even opening up these packs fast enough, though. But again, I guess really when it comes down to it, what's the rush? Maybe you put this on while you're cleaning your room or something, just to listen to somebody ramble on about some cards that we all used to collect back in the day. I'm going to do one more pack and see what it's like to open up 3 packs at the same time. Does that really save me too much time? I don't feel like it does, to tell you the truth, but then again, maybe it does. Now I got 3 packs in my hand. And let's see. Her, Simmons, Sid Fernandez. Got another Met that I kind of liked. I'll try and put the cards back in the center. Try and remember, try and focus. Just kind of blowing through these a little bit faster. Looks like he's a guy from the 70s. Tony Armas. Can we get one good? Oh, hey, we got Dick. We got Dick. I'm gonna put him where he goes. Man, 86 set was kind of rated a certain PG-13, I think, or so, right? A lot of cards there, man. It's okay. Terry Francona. Hey, it looks the same. That's funny. Just a younger version, but it definitely looks like him. Dave Stewart. Younger version. Looks like Dave Stewart, too. Tom Seaver. I call that a good card. A lot of people liked collecting it. I mean, he's been around forever. I'll put him in a pile, but Robin Yount, kind of the same deal where, good card, but he was around forever also. Bob Horner, Claudette Washington. Let's see. Tim Burke. Checklist. All right. Well, I don't feel like I went through those 3 packs that much faster, to tell you the truth. I'll figure this out as I go along, though. If I open up more, try to move along, because we're up to 33 minutes. I got 2 packs. So let's see, in the last 2 packs, can we get something? One more good card, whether it's a repeat or, I'm trying to think who I'm missing. Can't really think of who I'm missing, to tell you the truth. I feel like it's pretty well covered. Yankee leader Willie Randolph. Youngblood and Fisher. All right, last pack. Maybe this could be a pack with the Barry Bonds or the Bo Jackson. Yes, I know. I'm just kidding. I realize that was the traded series. Do they have traded packs? They use some in the boxes, or you just have to buy those sets separately? I'm not 100% sure. If they have the packs, I don't see them advertised too often. Danny Heap. Sosha. Another manager. Last couple of cards here. I'm going to do a quick little recap. All right. So, very nice. Good box. Lots of cards that are worthwhile. Just do a quick little of what I consider to be the top guys. These are all the Joker cards first. You know, ha 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 ha. Keep it classy, or at least halfway classy. Mattingly, Ripken, Coleman, Davis, Guidry, which probably could go in this pile to be honest with you. Gooden, Strawberry, Henderson, Jackson, Lou Whitaker, which I put in that pile. Cecil Fielder, Wade Boggs, Tony Gwynn. Not too bad. Not too bad at all. The Boggs is a little yucky in the back. Maybe the Henderson wasn't perfect either. Yeah, the backs of the cards are okay. I like the Ripken is for some reason standing out to me, but I mean, and the Davis is always a card that I was after. The Gooden, the Strawberry, and these guys, because of the 83 rookies I always had as a kid, I like them. But I think for me, picking the one card, it would come between these three. And the Mattingly just feels like it's so off. The black and white makes it feel off. So does the Strawberry. But the Gooden is the lesser of my favorite of those two. So then, looking at these two cards, I'm going to have to go with the Mattingly. So the Mattingly is going to be the card that I keep. Everything else will be up for grabs. If there's a card that you liked and you subscribe and leave a comment, 1 in 10 will have a chance at the end of this month of getting it. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Anyone who hung in there for the majority of the time or all the time, thank you very much. Let me know. Anyone who fast forwarded to the end just to see what we got a lot of good stuff. Worthwhile. I like opening this stuff up. I like hanging out and making a video, and I do read the comments. I really do. I appreciate it all. Thanks for watching. Go Yankees.